All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Brian Forbes. We here live, hot and on fire right here from San Antonio, Texas, doing Inside Stepping once again. Y'all, we like always, we got a special guest, and she is the truth. We're gonna talk about all things stepping, y'all, like we always do. So I want you to get ready for that. I hope you got your drinks and your snacks ready because this is going to be one for the books, y'all. So let's get ready to check that out. In the meantime, let me remind you all, don't forget you can join this live on Facebook, or you can also go through Inside Stepping on Facebook. You can go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. That's always a good thing. You can go to Twitch and you can still catch what we got going on here. There's a lot of things going on, y'all, in the world of stepping. There's always a lot of things going on in the world of stepping, of course. But there's I'm starting to see some things that are becoming a little bit disturbing to me. But we're gonna actually deal with these things on today's show because I'm gonna question this wonderful young lady who has been around the game for a very long time. I'm gonna let her tell y'all how long she's been around the game. We're gonna jump straight off into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you, and many of y'all, some of y'all new steppers, y'all just don't know. Y'all don't be knowing what y'all missing. Remember this: we don't cover enough of the ladies in the stepping world. I'm making it my business to do that coming up in the near future and tonight. So with no further ado, let me introduce to you the legendary Susu Watson, y'all. And there she is. The beautiful. Hey, lady, how you doing
Hey,
today?
how are you?
We are great, and
Good.
looking forward to hearing what you have to say about
Mhm.
all things stepping. I'm very excited to have you on the show,
Thank you.
mainly because again we don't cover enough of the ladies, and people tend to forget. I think one of the things that like stood out to me that kind of became a little bit disturbing is where when people talk about the different contests and the different things that have gone on historically in stepping, you hear them say so and so won this and so won that. And I think we tend to forget sometimes this is a partner dance.
Right.
And without you all, the ladies, because you always hear the men's names, but you don't ever hear them talk about the ladies. And
Mhm.
that's one of those things that I think needs to be corrected. Um,
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel about that in terms of because I know you got a lot of skin in the game. You got some history with us.
I mean, it is what it is, Brian, because everybody want to be important,
Yeah,
and
they do.
some people just forget about the rest. But I'm good, I'm good. But I know where I've been. I know where I come from. You know what I'm saying? And then the ones that for the ladies, you're right. It should be more of us than more men.
Hmm.
But other than that, I'm good with it. I really don't have nothing to say because they wouldn't like what I have to say. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna
Well,
keep. I'm,
now, keep in mind. Now, this is an R-rated, X-rated. You say it how you need to say it. Now, I
yeah.
mean, don't
Yes.
we don't want to go around offending nobody, but at the same time, the truth is the truth, and that's one
I'm,
thing
I'm,
that we
I'm gonna
pride
keep it.
ourselves on here.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Okay.
Like I said, everybody want to be important. It's all right though. As long as you know where I've been. I've been around the block maybe more than one time. Some like, some don't. It's okay with me. You
Okay.
know.
So let me ask you this, Sue. When did you take your first step?
In 1970, 1976. I've been
19.
stepping for been stepping for 46 years. I'm
Wow.
60 years old, looking like I'm 30.
Yes,
Amen.
ma'am.
So yeah, and I've been stepping for 46 years.
Okay. And I don't think there's a lot in your history that I think a lot of people are not familiar with, especially these what are being referred to now as these new generation steppers. But before
Mhm.
we get too far into that, well, so in '76, of course, we kind of have an idea because of previous shows and different things we talked about on these shows. kind of how the game was back then, and that would make you what I like to refer to as, or what I believe Reggie Miles was the one that coined the phrase, a legacy stepper, where some of us got the game from relatives and family, and others in recent years have had to pay. How do you
Mhm.
feel about that difference?
Say that again.
Some of the people around stepping have been what we call legacy steppers, people who got the step game from their family, from relatives, from cousins, mamas, and so on. And then you have those who have had to actually pay for the game,
Mhm.
those who, are in recent years have gone through instructors and things like that. How do
Mhm.
you feel about the differences in the dance in that way?
Well, back then when we was when I know a lot of people was trying to help other people to come out to dance, and they wasn't interested in doing that.
Hmm.
So they was into more housing, doing a lot of house music and skating and stuff. I was doing both, but um, what
Now
they
this was back when the dance started to expand. You mean?
yeah, but now that you got to pay for the dance. I don't know because I learned myself. I ain't have to pay for nothing, so I still dance the same way. I dance the same way that I did back then. I mean, I don't know. If that's what it takes for them to want to learn it, because you can sit and watch. I
Right.
know Nike sat and watch. Nike used to sit at the 50-yard line and sit and watch, and I just
Hmm.
I said, "Come on, dance with me. You said it long enough."
Nike
So
told me he told me that you were one of the people that helped him get his dance together. He did tell
mhm.
me that about you.
and, and
Yeah.
and I did the same thing. I sat and watched. I sat and watched. Then I used to go home and dance with a chair. My mom used to say, "Girl, close that refrigerator. Why you got my refrigerator over like that?" So but how they, if they feel that they need to pay somebody, I mean, it's changing now. Everything
Hmm.
changed. Everything don't stay the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just know at one time Stephen Greg used to, somebody taught him, not taught him, but somebody was teaching a class, trying to teach before that, and he tried to teach people too, but he wasn't even charging nobody at the time.
Hmm.
So now they charge an arm and a leg, and I guess if that's what it takes for them to learn, I mean, hey, to each his
Well,
own.
yeah, they say everybody starts somewhere now. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, okay. So um, I was I actually got handed a list of questions for you too.
Um,
um, so do you feel that with the changes that you just mentioned, do you think that it's a good thing, a bad thing, or do you feel indifferent about it? Do you just is it just it is what it is, or how do you think that the history needs to be maintained and held on to, or or are we allowing it to kind of slip through the fingers? And let me bookmark that. And here's what I guess what I'm saying. Um, I remember, well, I know the story of when the dance went from, which was a little bit before my time, when the dance went from the bop into stepping. Okay, we
mhm.
talking early 70s, right?
Okay.
And the elder generation of boppers didn't really gravitate toward what became stepping.
Okay.
We then, as Sam Chapman coined the phrase stepping, gravitated toward a different format or a different form of the dance. And I will go ahead and add that caveat that a lot of people don't realize that it is still the same dance.
Yeah.
Um, and they weren't necessarily happy with the way things changed, but at least the name did shift because of the differences. Now we have the new generation, if you will, that what they're calling it, and they're doing things that we as older steppers don't consider necessarily stepping, and we are not as welcoming as maybe we should be. I don't know. In the newer way things are being done, they're going against the grain with the music and all of that. So, do you think that the name stepping should remain with them, or should they, because things are changing, evolve it into whatever it is that they prefer in the dance?
I think it should remain Steppin.
Hmm.
First of all, and like I said, I'm 60. For those that come behind me, let them people be great. Leave them people alone. I leave them people alone. Let them be
I
great.
like that. I
Just
like
like,
that, Sue. Let
just
her be
like,
great.
just like Rochella and Reggie
That's
Mal.
my girl. I can't wait to see her at Black and Bling. Let me just put that out there. Look.
We came behind them. You feel
Hmm.
me?
Right.
So I don't have a problem with the and to me ain't nothing new but
Hmm.
different people, a new year, and different music. That's
Hmm.
my opinion. Let them other people that's definitely and they first of all they join the dance. They liking the dance. Let
Right.
them let them people have their turn. We already had our turn. Sit on
Because
down.
truth be told, it is. If we're not careful, it will. It would die out. You know, we have to be very
You
very
know,
careful about what we reject and what we accept.
I just feel like that if it's gonna down, if that means it was meant to down.
Hmm.
That's my opinion. My opinion. I have every right for that. But
Right.
it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. This dance don't belong to nobody.
Now that part, I agree
Nobody.
with that.
It don't belong to nobody. I don't care who came before who and all that. It don't belong to nobody. So, like I said again, let them people be great.
Hmm. I tell
Let
people
them be
all the
great.
time, this dance don't need nobody now. It's gonna be where it's gonna be with you or without you. So,
Exactly. Because guess what? When you die,
hmm,
you ain't thought of. You ain't really thought of. You ain't really
yeah,
thought of.
you know what? It's interesting you say that because that's been a thing with me, like not like for a minute, but even more lately. Like I realized, and this is what made me think about it. You know, we've had some important people in our all of our lives pass away, and we
Hmm.
realize that at some point, you know, if you don't get information from them, if you don't get the love from them or whatever it is that they had to give, and the funny thing is, you get to a point where you realize, man, they're gone. And the crazy part is, we keep living life because life is for the living,
That's right.
and you really don't think about those people
You
anymore like
don't.
you used to.
You
You
don't.
think about a mega star like a Prince, dude dead. How often do people actually think about Prince anymore? You don't even hardly hear his music played anymore
No.
anywhere, and that's
No.
crazy to me. But
You,
that's just how it is.
you know, it's like people like me in the era that I was in, like George Macaroni. I could mention George Macaroni. I could
Hmm.
mention the people that I danced with, you know, back then. You know, people barely even talk about Janice. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and she
And she
just
gone.
left here.
She been gone. She been gone. She been gone over 2 years.
It's been
It's
on,
once
yeah,
gonna be going on 3 years. It
yeah.
just seemed like it was yesterday. But you know what, Lil Alfred? Let me tell you my story. Let me just get to
No,
my.
I want you to. We getting ready. We
Let
getting
me
ready. That's
just
why.
get.
That's why I want to go
That's what I
next. Go
beat around
ahead,
the
do
bush
it.
because
Let's do it.
in 1976, I was a
Hmm.
young girl that was born and raised in Cabrini Green projects.
All
I lived
right.
on the northwest side, 624 West Division.
Hmm.
I went to Cooley High School. I was sitting on the windowsill of
Tell,
Cooley
tell
High
them, look, look,
School,
look, look. Tell them not just the movie, the real
not the
Cooley
real
High.
Cooley High School. I was sitting on the windowsill. It was lunchtime. A green truck, green or blue truck, pulled up ragged. And who was
Hmm.
it? Sam Chapman.
Mm.
Hey, excuse me. Can you help me pass out some plugins for my stepper set?
Oh wow.
Western House. All the high schools.
Hmm.
And guess what? That's the day I met Sam Chapman. Him and
Wow.
Barry. Him and Barry.
Okay.
You know? So at that time, Sam Chapman, sometimes it was a group, a person, a group that was having sets called the Pace Setters.
Hmm.
And Sam Chapman used to involve himself with them too. We used to dance at St. Joseph High School, the YMCA.
Hmm.
We used to skate on the blacktop. We used to, whatever. So Sam Chapman, I started going with Sam Chapman, passing out, putting posters on
Hmm.
on the with barbed wire. So
Yeah.
we was at a house party. So somebody said, "Sue, you dance real good. You should look for this guy named Alfred." I said, "Alfred, who is that?" He live out there by the Henry Horner. He could jam. I said, "Yeah, where he be at?" He be at this place called the Dungeon. I said, "How'd you get there?" They was telling me what to do. Just get on the damn ride, get on the L, ride to
Hmm.
95th. From 95th, get on that 34th Michigan bus.
Hmm.
You gonna get off on 108 and walk up, or you gonna get off at 110 and walk back. First person I
Hmm.
met in the dungeon was Barry, Buddy, and Gene. Do you remember them?
Uh,
Okay, Gene just passed away. They call him
okay.
Eugene, but isn't it Gene Mims? He just passed away. He used to wear the suits and the hats.
Mm-hmm.
He just died. He ain't been gone not even 6 7 months yet. But anyway, Barry, Buddy, and Gene. I goes down in the dungeon. I blended on in. I ain't know nothing about this. I ain't know nothing about the dungeon. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for Lil Alfred. Who is this guy named Lil Alfred? Because at that time, Barry, Buddy, and Gene was doing man on man. They were doing man on man.
Right.
And I was like, I'm liking that. So he pointed to Lil Alfred. I went and tapped Lil Alfred on it. I said, you Lil Alfred. And that he smiled. That teeth said, bling. He was gold. Bling. I'm Lil Alfred. I said, yeah, they say you bad. You know Wayne Tartt? Yep. I said, he said you bad, but I don't think you calling me. He said, what you want to do? So that's how I met Lil Alfred. We
Ain't that
became
something?
friends. We
Mm-hmm.
became friends. We used to always meet in Grant Park at the L station, dancing on the L state platform
Mm-hmm.
and everything, you know. Then I met Janice at the East of the Rand. I mean, at the dungeon. That's how I met. That's how I met Janice. She was like, "You not from around here? Where you from?" I said, "Where you from?" She said, "I live out south." She said, "Where you from?" I said, "I live in Cabrini Green. I live on the northwest side." She said, "I like your dance." I said, "I like the way you dance." So we started practicing.
Mm-hmm.
I started riding over her house, you know. That's how I met Lil Alfred. That's how my dance started. Looking for one person, that one person, and I met Lil Alfred. That was it. Then I met a whole lot of more people. You know what I'm saying? Back
And
then,
and the rest is history,
and
as
the
they
rest
say.
is history. History. Yes, it is.
Well,
You
that's
know.
a good history to have, though.
And if it weren't for Sam Chevy, yeah, he did change. He changed the instead of bopping into to Steppin. I think that was great. It was great for me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he stayed a whole lot of lives.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. That's true. That's very true. That's a
I love Sam.
beautiful thing.
I was 15 years old when I met Sam. 15.
Okay. Yeah, I got an opportunity to kick it with Sam last week over there in Houston. We was hanging out and having a real good time. He's an interesting fellow,
Yeah.
to say the
He
least. He
he
had me
he
wearing
talk
one of
he
his
talk a
hats.
lot when he DJ, but he's Sam was good. And let me tell you something about the Easter Rant.
Mm-mm. Oh
I
yeah,
will care. It could
talk
be
to me.
15 parties going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, let them people have it. I'm going to the Easter Rant. I get there
Yeah.
to the Easter Rant, and here come everybody from another set. Come on into the Easter Rant. Easter Rant was the stuff, you know.
Yeah.
After you couldn't dance no more at the dungeon, Sam and Larry Joe, they started giving parties. The parties was on Sundays. Then they
Mm-hmm.
changed it up to Fridays. They went back to Sundays. And, you
Now,
know.
so moving forward in your dance career, you
Hmm.
had the opportunity. Of course, you were one of the fortunate ones, of course, by being during that time able to dance with a lot of the legendary steppers from that time.
Yeah,
Alfred being one of them.
yeah.
But moving forward, you also competed in the Chicago's largest, world's largest,
No,
and
I didn't compete in the world lodge, just the Chicago
oh,
lodge.
just Chicago. Okay,
Yeah,
and
I danced with Doc.
okay, and you got it in with old Doc. So I got some footage here I want to show, and I'm gonna start it and I'm gonna stop it because I want to talk about a couple of things in this.
Okay.
So let me shift it over. So
Hmm.
y'all pay attention now. This is some good stuff here. Okay, couple number 32. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to that music. And most people don't realize that that's stepping music, y'all. Now you see them, you see that footwork. Pay
I
attention.
I don't see it.
Well, no, you can't see it. They can see it. This is the one with you and Doc.
Oh, that was. I beat myself up with that. Doc said Susu stuff. Doc brought us in. The floor was raggedy. I got splinters all in my feet. I kicked my shoe off.
That's a jam there. Didn't already have. Now, what year was this, Sue?
2015.
2015? Really?
Yeah, the meter was still here. The meter was still here, and she had something to do with that. You know. She
All right,
played.
now, y'all, pay attention to this part right here. She kicked them shoes off, y'all. She said the floor was raggedy and she had to get it in. So, y'all pay attention now. Look at that footwork. Don't play no games.
But you know what, Brian? I just didn't dance like I know I could have did more. But it's okay. I know I did.
All right. All right, y'all. You got to see some of that footwork, some of that fancy footwork from Susu Watson. Don't play no games. You's a beast. They say you still go like that. What's up?
Yeah.
Can you still go?
I danced with one guy at the Blue Note Sunday. He's like, see,
Yeah.
you still that. I said, I think I do too.
Say you still got it, baby.
Yeah.
Um, so here's the thing, and this is why it's so important to spotlight people like you, Sue, in this game because you been around. You not, and I don't think women like yourself get the respect or the accolades that you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And this is to me why it's so necessary for us to continue to preserve these memories and this history and this
Mm-hmm.
culture
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that none of that gets lost in in the new generation, in the new way things are being done, because we've even gotten to the point now where, like I said, they don't even want to play any of the old music, like that song that was just playing, and y'all have to forgive me because I'm having a brain fart. The name slips my mind at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but the point is that without these things, without that foundation, they don't have what they have now.
Right.
The fruit doesn't grow the roots grow the fruit, and
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things that I think is so critical to hold on to in that.
Okay.
So my producer asked me to ask you,
Mm-hmm.
how do you refer to the differences in the dance from then till now? Do you use old school, new school? Do you have a philosophy about that, or what do you think?
I don't have a, I
It's
don't.
like I don't know. I don't care.
Mm-mm. I can dance with him.
You say it don't matter. You get out for yours.
I can
So
dance with him.
do you eight count or do you stick to what
Not at
you've
all.
always done?
Not at all. I don't know
No.
nothing about that. I don't know nothing about no A count. I don't know nothing about it. I can't even. I ain't no way. I Let me tell you something. I was at the Step one year,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy said, "Would you dance with me?" I said, "Yeah." He was counting one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I said, if you don't get into the music, just get into
Mm-hmm.
the music. You don't have to count. Don't do that. I said, I can't dance with you. I couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't dance with him. I'm not with all that one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I can't. But if that's what it takes for a person to learn, do it. But you got to
Yeah.
get with the music though. Listen to the beat of the music. See, the music gonna bring you out.
Well, a lot of the instructors don't. I've heard. In fact, I was just talking to somebody either today or yesterday, and they were telling me how an instructor. I know it was yesterday, as a matter of fact, and they were telling me how an instructor insisted that they keep this count up throughout their entire dance,
Maybe
which
because that's the way they had to learn do a count. You know, if they
yeah.
have to learn do a count, they're gonna learn. That's how they gonna teach. Because if I taught somebody, I ain't teaching you that. I ain't teaching you through no count.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's a lot of people have asked me to teach it. I just won't do it. I don't know
Why
why.
not?
I shouldn't be. I know I shouldn't be selfish like that because ain't nobody taught me.
That's right, Sue. Look, you can't take this with you now. You got to give it away. If somebody wants some of what you got, I say give it.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I still shuffle. A lot of people shuffling that. Johnny used to say, "So you still shuffle?" I said, "I still shuffle, Johnny." I said, "I'm gonna shuffle until I can't move these legs anymore." So everybody's shuffling now. I'm not saying that a lot of the era that people that we used to shuffle, a lot of them stopped. Johnny has stopped shuffling. She said, "You still shuffle?" I said, "Yeah, girl." So now a lot of them shuffle. That when
Hmm.
you that a lot of people weren't doing that. I'm not saying Ty Skippy used to shuffle, but he didn't shuffle a lot. He shuffled. You can see if you pay attention to Ty Skippy, ain't gonna be another Ty Skippy. Ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna
Yeah,
never be another
no,
Ty
yeah,
Skippy.
you're right about that.
It ain't
That
gonna
was
never be another Ty Skippy. I love the way Ty Skippy dance. He kept his dance didn't never change. His dance ain't never changed. So
Andre.
every Well, his dance ain't never changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Roxy dance ain't never changed. Roxy dance the same way she used to dance back in the day. I love her. That's my sister. I love Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
Roxy is my friend.
There you
She's
go.
my friend.
You know, a lot of people, a lot of friendships, a lot of friendships, a lot of great relationships have come from this community. I ain't gonna. I mean, over the years, I have met some fantastic people, and it's funny because, like, there's just as an example, there's a few people who come on my show here that I've been knowing for whew, 30, 40, 50 years, and it's
Mhm.
crazy to me sometimes that we still are able to connect on this level because of that. We
Mhm.
still keep up with each other, and it's funny because I wondered to myself, were it not for this dance, would we still, have those connections?
I'm grateful. I am so grateful that I learned this dance, even just by looking. You know what I'm saying? I do, and I loved it.
Hmm.
I loved it. I love this dance. It's art. That's what La Alpha used to say. So the dance is art. This is
Now,
art.
I love
You know,
that. I love
I,
that.
you know.
There's a guy on this show right now, a fellow
Mm-hmm.
by the name of Sam Long. Do you know Sam Long? Sam,
Sam
Sam
Long.
is
Yeah,
Sam.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam is very, very new to stepping, but I love his energy, and he's
Mm-hmm.
one of those new generation guys, and they're coming into the dance, and they're bringing more men into the dance, and they're taking it to another level, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a level of respect due to
Mm-hmm.
that group, and I think that he, among some of the others, have a respect for the elders of the dance that they uh, do hold on to the culture and all of that, and I think that that's a beautiful thing because the two need to be combined. If anything is going to happen, there needs to be a mixture of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
So
Yeah.
if what producer lady, what was the question you had for me about you asked me about if she could take one. Look, she's so silly. She trying to wave in the
Hey.
camera.
What's the question?
You asked me about her taking one person from a period in time to another.
Oh, my question was, because see, since we're outside of Chicago,
Okay.
you hear people say the original dance or freestyle is not stepping. They actually say people can't dance. Which, I take it a personal way from growing up from Chicago. My parents were boppers, and I have to get over it. But anyway, if someone came out, they hadn't danced in 20, 30 years, and they know the way you dance, Ty Skippy dance, Roxy, and they decide to come out dancing. What do you call that now? Is that freestyle? Is that original dance? What is it? Because we know it don't look the same as what people are teaching.
Is it freestyle or girl? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
In other words, we I guess we don't have the level of clarity, and because we all know that prior to there being these the world's largest in those competitions, there was not a the dance wasn't categorized in new school, old school, freestyle, original, all of that. It was all of that stuff didn't exist. We were steppers, and that was it. So I guess there's always going to be a question of clarity when it comes to what is happening between then and now.
I'm not. I don't make a big thing about this dance. This dance is what it is, man. You got some old schoolers. They do.
I
They
wish
sit.
everybody thought that same way you do right there.
You
Keep
know
going.
what? They. You know what? Go sit your old ass down. It's time to sit the fuck down for real. Sit down and let the people. Like I say again, let the people be great. I know it's. We know what we know.
Hmm.
We know what we know. That's just like the music ain't gonna always stay the same.
Right.
But I love old school. I love some of the new school music too. But old school, if they pick old school and new school, I would go old school music because that's what I know, and it sounds wonderful.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, and this is something that I've thought about before. Yeah, because you know what, I generally play a lot of old school when I DJ, but I've mixed a lot of new stuff in
Yeah,
now, and I'm kind of liking it. So I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie, I'll play my old school, but I
yeah.
like a lot of the new stuff.
I like
But
I like a lot of new stuff too.
I was sitting
Too.
there, and it made me. I started thinking just that okay because I this is one of the I think somewhere the ball got dropped in terms of how this dance evolved to where it is today. And here's what I mean. People were taught the 8 count as a way to enter into the dance, as a way to be able to pick up the foundation or the format of the dance. And somewhere along the way, they stopped teaching people to make the dance their own. And I think in doing that, it became where the 8 count or the actual base of that format became the dance rather than that being the way you enter into the dance and make it your own. Because a lot of people really haven't taken or don't even know that you're supposed to take that foundation and make it yours and make a move that you saw from somebody else belong to you in a way that nobody else can do, and so on. And I
Yeah.
think that's one of the things that got lost in there. And I don't think that it was intended for it to evolve the way that it has. But now that we're here, the cat is already out the bag. You know, the sheep done left the yard. It's
Mhm. You
so.
know, okay. A lot of old schoolers say that. I ain't counting. I
Hmm.
ain't gonna call no names, but a lot of old schoolers say they all dance the same. To me, they all don't dance the same. That's that to me. To me, they all don't
Hmm.
dance the same. You know, they do spinning, but people like spin, spin, spin. They do spinning. Now, I used to dance with like Alpha. Like Alpha did a lot of spinning.
Yeah, Alpha was a spinning top.
He was a spinning, so I think I tell him, you know, they do all that damn spinning. Leave them people alone, like again. Let the people. It's okay, like Margaret. Let me tell you something about Margaret, Lady Margaret.
Hmm. I love her dance.
I saw Margaret dance at the 50 y'all night, and
Hmm.
the smile she had on her face, and the way she was grooving,
Man.
and the way the other girls were sitting at the table talking about her. I said, y'all leave that girl alone. Let that girl. I pulled off the dance floor. I said, you know what? I love your dance. I love the way you dance, Margaret. Keep dancing. What's your name, Margaret? I said, keep dancing the way you dance. I said, because you
Hmm.
love to dance. And when you see her, I promise you, you don't see no frown on Margaret's face. Ever.
You ain't told no lie. And you know what? That's
Ever.
one of the things I think I enjoy when I see some of the ladies who are, in fact, I complimented a young lady in Houston last week because she was in Texas Heat last year,
Mhm.
Nike's event in Houston, and
Okay.
she competed. And one of the things that stood out to me the most was her smile. Oh
Mm.
man, she was having
She was
so much
enjoying it.
fun.
She was enjoying the
Oh
dance.
man, I love that part. Forget the
Mhm.
dance. I mean, she did a beautiful dance, but I just
Mhm.
enjoyed the fact that she looked like she was having a
Good.
blast. That was
Yeah.
critical.
Yeah.
My man Super Dave checking in from Las Vegas, he said, "What's happening?"
Man, so that I used to dance with Dave. Dave can go.
Oh, I know.
Baby, I used to dance with Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I used to dance with Ronnie B.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie B. Another one can go. Oh,
Tanya,
we used to be at the East of the Rand, baby. It wasn't, baby. It was all gravy.
I hope that place opens back up. I know.
I do too.
It's crazy
I was
because you
telling
you be
Carla,
trying
I
to
was
hold
telling,
on to that old stuff, but man, I ain't ready to let it go yet. I ain't gonna lie.
you know what, Brian? Let me tell you something. It used to be me, Carla, little Carla, Beverly, Regina, Demeter,
Mm-hmm.
Janice, a girl named Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's Roxy, China Down.
Mm-hmm.
Man. We used to get it in. We
Yeah.
used to get in, especially at the King's Club.
Yeah. A
King's
lot of
Club, baby.
lot of times passed, man, and it's
Hmm.
but see, but one of the critical things I think, and it's a point that you just made a minute ago.
Oh,
Oh, and that is that when we leave here, we
hmm,
gone.
we
And
gone.
I and I personally think that it is critical and important for so many to leave something here with the rest of us when we all check out of here. When we check it, I hope that when I die, when I leave up out of here, that people will at least be able to say, well, hell,
And
Brian Forbes,
important.
he did what he needed to do to try and help the community, to bring information, to help people better their dance, whatever.
Mhm.
Just that I did something, that I wasn't just sitting on my hands because I wasn't.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna take it all with me, and I ain't
Yeah.
trying to. So I
Yeah.
will. I need more people like yourself. You know what I'm saying? To be able
Mhm.
to, you know, let's leave it here with the rest of them. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish Ty Skippy had left more. He did leave a lot. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, cause even
Yeah.
I
He left. He left a lot. He got. I was looking at the video of him and Demeter. Woo, at the fancy.
yeah, you know, he touched my dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He touched people who have helped me in my dance. Uh,
And
and
he especially danced, especially when he danced with his wife. Oh, woo.
right. And so
Oh,
now that he's gone, all you
yeah.
could think is, man, I'm glad I got some of that before he got out of here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's all
Yeah.
you. That's the only thing you can really. That's the only thing you can put on that. And
Yeah.
hopefully, you know, we got because we have so many talented people in this
Hmm.
community. You know, we got dancers, we got DJs, we got promoters, we got people
Yeah.
who are doing
Yeah.
things on levels that other people only wish they could do. And if we could try, we could work as hard as we can to try and leave some of that, you know,
Yeah.
before we check up out of here, because we
Yeah.
don't never know when we gone. You know, it's just better for everybody. You
Yeah.
know, that's the better thing.
When Roxy won, I didn't know she was gonna give me the trophy. She said, but I did say, I said, I just want the trophy, and not knowing that she was gonna give me the trophy. She gave me the trophy. Like I said, Roxy, I love Roxy. I love her. I do. I really love her like a sister. I really do. She is my friend. I love her
We
like
gonna get her
a,
on the show.
you know. She there? You see her?
No, I'm saying we gonna get her on here. I haven't seen her check in yet.
So she gave me the trophy, and there was just so many problems. People had problems when she said, "You know what, Susu? I'm gonna tell you why I gave you that trophy. I gave that trophy for one, because you was more friends in Chinese than I was, and I wanted you to have the trophy. So I give you the trophy. I said thank you for all the people that didn't agree with it. You couldn't stop that blessing right there.
Mm-hmm.
God is good, isn't He? So it's okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I did get a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2016 from Ivy. And
Mm-hmm.
Pete gave me a beautiful plaque. It is I love it. He gave me a plaque in 2017. So those are the only things that I have. I got and it's okay because Sam Cherry used to say to me, he said, "You great. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody, Susu." And I was like, Sam, you're right. I'm not worried about what nobody think of me. You know me. I know my tongue could be a sword, but I cannot cut nobody up because I can't let God's name be speaking
Uh,
in above. You know.
Susu Roxy is on here. She says she's watching. So Roxy, you stay tuned, dear. We're gonna have you. We want you on the show here coming up. So you get ready for that. And
Yeah.
Mr.
Hey, Rock.
Kim Boy told me to tell you hello too.
Hey, what's up, Kim?
So yeah, so yeah, you're right, and that's well. The thing is this, and this is something that I've learned around being around this dance. It's
Hmm.
like people are gonna say whatever they're gonna say. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do.
Yeah, they
At
are.
the end of the day, I how they say, meet me on the wood. You want to tell me something? Tell me that. Let your feet tell me what you got to say. You understand me?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
uh,
Absolutely.
here we go. My wife gonna start some controversy. She
Okay.
say she want to know uh, where the best steppers come from, South Side or West Side.
She
The
she
north
from the
side.
north side.
She said North Side.
I knew she was gonna say that she from the north side.
Okay, look,
Got the best
that's how you
clubs.
that's how
But let me
okay.
say something. They used to always say the west side. To me, if you just know the basics,
Mm-hmm.
I just picked up the basics. My brother tried to teach me. He turned me one way, I turned the other way, so that made me sit and watch a couple
Mm-hmm.
that was jamming. And when he turned her, she turned back in space in spot. He turned her,
Mm-hmm.
she turned right back in that spot that he turned her from. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna learn that dance.
That's
I'm
that
gonna learn,
foundation.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was great. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Best club, South Side or West Side?
What side?
Oh, come on now. You just got to talk about the East of the Ride. See how you are?
But to be
That's
honest
South
with
Side
you,
all day.
I
79th
really,
Street.
to be honest with you, Brian, I'm not gonna pick. I'm not gonna choose. Both of them is
Because
the
you know
best.
what? And you right. Because it
Both
don't
of them is
even
the
matter.
best
You
because
sure right.
both of them. Because we guess what? The South Side used to always go to the West Side, but some of the
Hmm.
West Side wouldn't come to the South Side though. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh.
both sides is a good side.
That's right.
I was around the world, so I was on the west side, I was on the south side. You know,
Susu, Nicola Thomas told me to tell you she love you from the moon and back.
I love her too. That's Nicole. That's my girl. That's my girl. She
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah.
love her, Nicole.
That's my people down here. She right here in San Antonio with me. I had to
Hmm.
we had to go corral her every now and then, bring her out to the get her up in the club, get her to do some dancing.
Yeah, cause Nicole can dance too. She good. She
Oh
good.
man.
Yeah,
Oh
she
yeah.
can dance
She
too.
can go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of
One
them.
one
A lot of people can go. You know,
mhm.
I don't. I just
Yeah.
wasn't show. I wasn't a showboat, but you know,
Oh,
I
come on
it's
now.
okay.
Come on now. Stop it.
It's okay. I know. I'm talking about far as like Janice and Demeter. You know,
Oh, okay.
that I was more laid back, but them was my girls. You know, back in the day,
Mhm.
baby, we had fun. We had fun. I remember me and Janice on the west side. The girls dance against girls. With
Mhm.
Terra would never. I said, "Won't you going to put women dance against women?" Janice did a split, bust up hands. I said, "Dance, Janice. We gonna."
Oh.
Yeah, Janice dance, baby. We won too.
Mhm.
Yeah, we won. We didn't get no trophy, but we got money.
Well,
You know,
that's all
back in
right.
the
Look,
day, we
look, look,
didn't get
look.
all these
Could nobody
trophies.
do
We
nothing with
got
no
money.
trophy? No way. You understand me? they want
Hmm.
that. They want that paper.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
So, where are your preferred places to dance these days?
Well, I like the Blue Note.
Okay.
Um, I like the Blue Note.
West Side.
I don't care for going way south. I don't.
Hmm.
I'm 20 minutes from the Blue Note. I live in Schaumburg, so
Right.
I'm 20
Yeah.
minutes from the Blue Note. I'm like 25 minutes from O'Hare Airport. You know, I live that way. I live
And I
this.
be complaining about going out to the Blue Note.
I love the Blue Note. I went to Heroes. I'm gonna say I went to Heroes about 3 times,
Hmm.
and I enjoy myself. I enjoy myself there, but I love the East of the Rain. I don't know when they gonna come back, but
Yeah, I hope they put it back. I hope they put it back in rotation because
I
I
ne-
that's
hmm
when I come home. I love to be able to go there.
yeah, I love the East of the Rain. Yeah, that was our home too. That was the place to go. Sam Tammy had it. It was off the chain too. It was off the chain. Sam Tammy. He the one.
Okay, so Susu, right quick, for people who are watching this live, because we got people from all over the country watching you. If when they come to Chicago, what are the best places for them to go and just observe and dance and enjoy themselves?
50-yard line. 50-yard line is one. It's just so small, but I mean, you know, 50
You know,
yard
you
line is
you
one.
get to learn lane control. You in the 50-yard line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to stay in your lane. Absolutely. A good dancer could stay in his lane.
Hmm.
Good dancer could stay in his lane. I put my hand back in the back of me, you know, like so I won't bump nobody. So I'm that close to, you know. That's what I do. I always done that. Um, the Blue Note, you can go to the Blue Note now. I'm talking about for what's open now. For what's
Right,
open now.
right, right.
The Blue Note, and then maybe Heroes. But you know, like I said, I only been to Heroes 3 times, but that's what's open now to go. I
Yeah, I
never
try to
been
hit
to.
heroes when I get home. Yeah.
I never been to Samela new joint.
Hmm.
What's that? I can't even tell you the name of it. That's it. You know Samela, the DJ Samela's
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah. I heard that. I heard that. She's not the entrance, is it?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
yeah.
That's it. I
And then
never
I
been there. I
and
never
then
been there.
and then of course you got the Grand Ballroom.
The Grand
My
Ballroom.
man, the ambassador Kevin Neville's. They do their thing. The holla back boys. They do their thing over there on was it Thursdays? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
I never been to Samela's. Yeah, Thursdays. Okay, yeah, that's yeah.
Okay.
I never been to the Hollaback Boys set either. I know they said it,
Okay.
but you know, it's because of what was going on, the sickness, all this disease,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe
Brick say
that's a good place. That's a good place for some of the out of towners to come to go there because it's big. It's big. Yeah,
yeah.
I
It's a
think they enjoy
ballroom.
whatever's happening in Chicago. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Tony Bowen, Brick say they working on the east of the Rhine as we speak. So
Oh,
that's a
okay.
good thing. Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. I hope so.
Kim Schultz said, yeah, DJ Vale, yeah, DJ Vale over there
Oh, baby,
with
DJ
Ambassador
Bell
and
is the
them.
bomb. Him and
Yeah,
mine. They bomb.
yeah,
He's on
okay,
Wednesdays. DJ Bell on Wednesdays. Tony on Tuesdays. DJ Bell on Wednesdays, and then you got the R on Thursdays.
right, yeah.
I
And he's on.
celebrate my
I think
birthday
he's
with the
on here
R.
too. Hey, now let me get you with this right here. I'm about to get you now. I talked to Nike today, I believe it was.
Okay.
Your protege, so to speak, over there. You know, the one you helped out with his
Oh,
dance.
mm.
And dear, we want to see you in Houston this year for Texas Heat. So I'm putting that bug in your ear now. You're
When is
gonna
it?
want to come to
When is it?
Texas Heat. That is October, the first weekend. I believe it's the first weekend in October. Let me look that up right quick. Um, I need to have it on my doggone on my calendar because I get so much stuff coming my way. I had to keep up with it right damn near almost when it's happening because I'll be all messed up. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now. It is. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, daggone it. Well, I
This gonna
messed
be his
that up.
second. This gonna be his second year doing this, right?
Yes, and let me tell you, last year,
Mm-hmm.
it was off the chain.
Mm.
Anybody within the ear, within the sound of my voice, if you can make it to Texas Heat, that is an event you want to be at. I
Mm.
promise you.
Okay. You know, I got some God years down there. So,
For the Christmas page.
like I
I'm
said, I
going.
was just down there before Nike gave his thing.
It's the second weekend.
Yeah, let me see. It is. The date is.
It's on the weekend, right?
Why I see everything but the date on here?
Good
Wait a
one.
minute. I'm looking at the flyer and I see every oh, okay, here we go. October 6th through 9th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you definitely want to be at that event. It
Also,
is
Nike
going to
told
be.
Nike told you to tell me to come on, huh?
Yes, yes. And I mentioned it to you the other day, but I'm mentioning it to you again because I promise you you're going to have such a good time. You ain't going to know what to do with yourself. That is one to be at for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Um so I'm throwing that out there. It's official. You on the live. You on the
Okay.
show. Everybody sees it. Everybody hears it. I'm just letting you know.
Right.
um, okay, I got a. Is that a question you got for me? Oh, okay. So also, um, I want to give right quick before we get too far out of pocket. I want to give a. Oh, wait a minute. Shout out to an event coming up. Wait a minute. In Cincinnati, Ohio,
Mm.
July 21st. This is well from Thursday, July 21st to the 24th. It is the Cincinnati Music Festival Steppers Weekend.
Mm.
Kevin Neville's gonna be down there for that. DJ Nick. It's gonna look like it's gonna be a good time. Somebody just brought that to my attention today.
Mm.
I think that's gonna be a good time. For that whole music festival thing, they just gonna make it a Steppers Weekend. I think that's a good idea. Now, in August, of course we're gonna be at Crush and Cream. See, you got to put this stuff on your calendar, Susu. You got to come hang out with us out of town. You can't. Um, it's a different vibe, but it's
Mm.
fun. These things they're great.
Mm.
Um, Cause yeah, we'll be doing Crush and Cream in August. That's my man Ted Williams over there in
Oh.
Arkansas. Now, this weekend, y'all, for
Ted, you
those
said
of
you
you,
said Ted Williams that used to live in Chicago.
yeah, terrible
What?
Ted, yeah, Ted the
The
boss,
boss.
the
Ted, I used to dance with
boss.
Ted back then on the west side.
Yeah,
Him and his
yeah,
cousin,
yeah, yeah.
Rob.
We were just all in Houston week before
Wow.
last for the Steppomania, and
Oh,
yeah, we
okay.
had a real good time. Willie Chapman, Sam Chapman was here. We had a great time. Pony Mac, oh yeah,
Just
Josiah
now.
Burt, we was all here. Yeah, we it was this was what weekend before last? Yeah,
Wow.
weekend before last. Yeah. Well, this coming weekend, let me put this plug in right quick. This coming weekend, y'all, we got the Phoenix Jam. We will be in Phoenix for Jules and Gents. My girl Angie Fain out there. Uh, it's gonna be live. I'll be covering it live, just so y'all know, April 8th through 10th. So if you ain't if you just get a wild hair up your butt and you decide you need somewhere to go, y'all come to Phoenix. We're gonna be there kicking it hard. She got a hell of a lineup. Myron R gonna be on deck,
Wow.
and several other of those who folks like to see and like to
Inside stepping gonna
have
be there
fun
too,
with.
ain't
But
it?
inside stepping, of course, we'll be in the building and we will be doing our thing, y'all.
Did y'all come to Step again?
We will be at Stepaganza,
I'm
absolutely.
ready to
That
go.
goes
I'm ready to
without
go
saying.
right now. I'm ready to go right
You ready to go now? So we will all be there. I don't think there's anybody who's not gonna be there.
Yeah.
Other people who have put other events on hold and not gone to
Yeah.
anything all year are going to be at Steppaganza. So
Wow.
that's one to do. Now, here at the end of this month, April, I think it's the 30th or 31st to
Hmm.
May 1st, we will be in Dallas, Texas for Black and Bling. That is another good event where we're going to be out. We're going to be kicking it real hard.
They
So,
on their fourth hotel in
oh,
Steppenwolf.
and my wife says Steppaganza's on his fourth hotel already. So,
Wow.
and
Well,
he's got
I'm at the first one, so I'm good.
yeah, okay. So you already locked in. You good.
Not
Yeah,
in.
he got some he doing big numbers with that thing. So it's gonna be a
Mhm.
real good time. But
Yeah.
so anyway, for the most part, let me say this to you, Susu. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me and gracing my show with your presence. Um, this will not be the last time we're going to have an opportunity to talk again because as things come up in the community, I want to be able to refer to you and get your expertise and your knowledge on upcoming events and situations because stuff is constantly happening in this community, as
Hmm.
you know. You have a long, lustrous history in this dance, and I think that, and I'm glad that we've had the opportunity to expose you to some of the new people who don't know who you are, who don't know your legend, who don't know that you do everything the rest of these dancers do. And as Ginger Rogers said about Fred Astaire, except you do it backwards. You know, you got, the women always see the men think they got it going on. They don't understand. The women do it, but they do it backwards. That makes them colder than the men. So we
Yeah.
gotta we gotta put that out there for you and for those in your peer group who came up in this dance
Hmm.
and went through all of the things that you went through to be a part of this dance during a time when it was very difficult. And this dance was more secondary. And some of the things that you said, one of the things that you said to me, what I find most important is it is what it is, and let's just dance. Let's not worry about all this other stuff that's clogging up the pipeline. Let's have fun. Let's dance. Let's kick it and enjoy ourselves. You know,
Yeah. Enjoy yourself.
I
Let's
wish everybody could have that same attitude. You know, without all the
instead
BS.
of being mad and all cliquish and all. Anybody got time for all that? Back when we was coming up, we weren't like that. We didn't mind helping each other dance and
Hmm.
dancing with me, the meter. I mean, yeah, me, the meter. Janice did woman. We and Carla and all of us. Yeah, you don't know, you know, little Carla.
No, can't say that I
Mm,
do. And if
mm,
I do, because I am horrible with names, and if it's not somebody
yeah,
that I knew for a long
yeah,
time, nah, I can't say that I do.
yeah, yeah.
But
Well, yeah, it's a lot of old CDs, tapes.
hmm
It's a lot of that.
I
Did
wish
you
we could get our
did,
hands on
did,
some of them.
did you see the one at the King's Club?
What? No. Uh.
The one with little Alfred. He,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The one with you dancing with him.
did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna pull it up right quick. We gonna play a little bit of that. Let me find it.
And then just to see the pity pat, he started the
Yeah.
pity pat. So don't y'all get it twisted.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's because you got a lot of folks making a lot of claims. You got people that claim that
No,
I
no,
created
no,
the
no.
eight
You
count.
gonna
I
see
did
that?
this. I did
You
that.
gonna see the pity pat with me and him on it.
I'm gonna find it right now, and we gonna put it up for those who don't know.
And for those that was after last part, that was in 1992.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. Lil Alfred died in 1992.
Uh,
That was his last dance
Let me see
with
here.
about him 15 women or more. Because Johnny's it's another part to that. Because Johnny's and Demeter was dancing with him too. You know,
Okay.
Janice was a little gangster. She used to push the girl to the side. Come on,
So she
Demeter.
pushed him out
Come
the
on.
way.
Yeah, she used to push him out the way. And I was like, Janice, you better stop doing that. Janice was a beast. I loved her. That was my girl,
Hey,
little
look,
punk.
and she was a G all the way till she left up
Yeah,
out of here.
little
Please
punky boo.
believe it.
Yeah.
No, sir. She's about that life. Let me see.
Janice had a
And
good.
look,
She
look,
was
and
passionate.
I was about to say, and then she'll praise the Lord right after she get through with
She was,
you.
she was real passionate about the dance too. She
Okay,
really
here we
was.
go right here. I'm putting this clip up right now. Okay, and you were the
I'm one, two, three. I think I'm the third one. I got on blue jeans. I got on blue jean shirt and blue jean blouse and blue
yeah,
jeans.
yeah, yeah. I think you the second one actually. Now, for those of you who don't know in my audience out there, this right here is Little Alfred that you've heard about, legendary dancer who liked to spin way before anybody was doing any spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, right here, that's Susu right there, y'all, dancing with him. Pity pat, look at that, pity pat.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Hey, hey, hey.
Then you keep watching, you'll see Dalinda. Dalinda on it too. She
Okay,
the one with she the one with the pet leather yellow on, I think.
Little Alfred, y'all, the legend.
Oh,
There you go. That footwork, boy. Don't play no games.
mhm. You see Dalinda?
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm. And there was a whole bunch of Southsiders over there too at the Cayman's Club.
All right, y'all. You saw it here. So Denise Gilden says she was there with Jackie King.
Jackie
Oh,
King.
let me stop that. Okay. Yeah, there's a whole. I think there's another part to this. Yeah,
Yeah,
another
it
part
is.
to this
It's a,
video.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So anyway, like I was saying though, I want you to know that I appreciate you and I respect your skin in the game, and I want to, like I told you before, just remember, when some of these younger folks are, somebody on this post actually made a comment earlier where they said that there are a lot of people that are new to stepping that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and
Mm-hmm.
these shows are very instrumental in helping them to learn so
Mm-hmm.
many things, and that's why it's so important for us to have them, and so important to have people like you on here because
But
you all. Go
okay, I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
If they, they can always go to YouTube and whatever name you hear, you can pull up. You know what I'm saying? You can pull up the Taboo. You can pull up uh, George Macaroni. You can pull up uh, Kim. You can pull up, I guess Kim. Yeah, you can pull up Kim Bowie. You can pull up I guess now Roxy, because Roxy on there now. You know, it's a lot. You can pull up a whole lot of a lot of back in the day stepping. You gotta do is just
Well, while I agree with you, the only thing is that it's more the conversations are necessary. Like we can
okay.
watch them dance, but the conversations that go, they need to understand. We're the narration for those for those videos. We have to be able to explain what's taking place for the so that there's no misunderstanding
Yeah,
about what these people are learning and what they need to know. So
yeah.
Kathleen Wiggins says to tell you that she said hello.
Hey, Cat.
She just
Taboo,
popped in.
taboo.
Yeah. Uh huh. So
Yeah,
it's important that we continue to have these dialogues so that the information doesn't get lost in translation because people can always make up whatever they want about what's
yeah,
happening and who was there and what was happening. But it's better when we have reference and we
yeah.
have these documented
Mm-hmm.
shows and things like this. Myself, Reggie Miles, and others who are working to do the same things. And
Yeah,
even now, like I was saying earlier about the Sam Longs of the world, he is now being referred to as Mr. Red Carpet, and
yeah.
he is able to document his journey in the dance and those who have come in his peer group, the younger guys that are coming up in the game, and they bringing these other guys in, and they having a lot of fun with it, and I like that part more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as respect is maintained across the board between the old and the
Mm-hmm.
young, I think we're gonna all be all right.
Yep. It's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right. So,
Sir. Yes,
well,
sir.
I want to say thank you, Susu, for coming on.
Thank you for having
Uh,
me.
and I look forward to the next time. I look forward to seeing you when I get home, and hopefully we can get you down here to Texas.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come too.
She says she coming. I'm gonna make sure. Nike know that. I'm gonna tell him, man. You
I'm
make
gonna
sure
come.
Susu straight, Jack.
I'm gonna call Nike. I got his number.
Okay, yeah, you do that. You give him a shout. Let him know. Let him know
Yeah.
you want to be here in Texas with us Texas heat, because I promise you, it's we had such a good time last year, man. It was
Me and Roxy gonna come
ridiculous.
down there.
That sounds like a winner right there.
She did.
That sounds like a winner. All right, thank you so much, and
You're
you have a
welcome.
fantastic evening. We're gonna talk again real soon.
You too.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
My
you.
my
Thank
producer
you.
lady wife said thank you.
Yes, Lord.
Producer lady slash wife said thank you.
Okay. All right. God is good.
All right, Susu, you have a good night,
Okay.
dear.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have it. You heard it here first. Susu Watson in the building doing her thing. The legend, the the I mean, what can you say about somebody? And again, y'all, remember, the ladies, we forget them. We cannot leave them out. Without them, we don't have the complete history. And what can you say about somebody like Susu, who has been around this thing since forever? She's been in the game since the 70s. She did it. She did everything you can do in this dance, and doesn't receive, in my best opinion, the accolades or the flowers that we should be giving her now. Now, she's received a few awards and she's done her thing in the dance, but it's necessary for us to continue to maintain those legends and those people who should be given credit for their part in making sure that we are where we should be, and reminding us of where we have come from. So I'm grateful and thankful to have had her here, and I'm thankful and grateful to have had you all on the show to participate and to make this show what it is, because without you, we're nothing, y'all. I love y'all. All like I always say, I love y'all, and I'm gonna say like Tony Adway like to say, and you can't do nothing about it. Uh, I'm quoting my man TA right now. I'm glad to be able to do that. And just know that the shows in the future will always be about positivity, about trying to bring this community together and continue to impart knowledge to those who need to know. And if there's anything y'all ever need to know or understand, or you got questions about and you don't know if a person is doing the right thing or not doing the right thing, this community is like a network of checks and balances. We have a lot of grifters, unfortunately, but we have a lot of real good people too. And the bottom line is this: a lot of people want to be important, like Susu said at the beginning of the show. But here's the real truth: there's enough of us around who were either in places, remember things, know people, and have the facts. Vet this information sometimes. Vet the information. Don't just take a person's word because they tell you that they this or they that. I'm a legend. So, who are you? Or that they tell you that, I'm an instructor, or they start name dropping and all this type of thing. Let me tell you something. I ran across a fella not too long ago who wasn't familiar with me. He picked up the phone and he vetted me. He wanted to make sure I was who I said I was. There are people that's exactly what you should do. When people roll up on me and start name dropping and all these type of things, hey, look, I'm gonna vet you. I'm gonna find out if you are who you say you are. This is what we should all be doing when it comes to the promoters, to the instructors, all the things that go on. I've had people call me when an event was coming up and they were like, well, who is this guy? Who is this person? You know this guy? And they make phone. Listen, we're connected. We're all connected, y'all. It's a network of checks and balances. If we all make sure that we hold each other to our best selves and don't sugarcoat it and don't perpetuate lies and help other people maintain their lives, this community will be a lot stronger and a lot better. There are people who even that I may not care for that much, but in the end, if they're good at what they do, I'm gonna give them their props for being good at what they do. I know a person who is not the best promoter, but a great DJ, and the list goes on. I know of, and I'm not gonna ever take anybody's accolade away if they're good at what they do. I'm gonna tell the truth. So if you ever want the truth, you can ask me. If you ever want to tell the truth, you should do just that. You should be one of those people that if somebody asks you something, just be straight up about it when it comes to this dance. And we'll all be better for it. We're all checks and balances, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to go. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Um, like I told you before, love y'all to death. It's been a blast from the past. Thanks Susu Watson for coming and hanging out with me. She's a beast. Still to this day, y'all see Susu out there in them stepper sets, grab her, get your dance on. She still got them feet. Don't play no games. She'll give you a run for your money. All right, y'all. We out of here. Roxy, you stay tuned. You next, baby. Y'all have a good night. And we gone. Peace out.